Hey all, it's Conan Gray, and today I'm gonna walk you through my everyday skincare routine and my hair routine. Last night I slept with this on. If I ever have a shoot or something coming up, I'll always wear one, just in case I have anything crazy going on. Also obvious first step for me. I usually put my hair up with this. I got it from Target for like $10, but to say that my sanity lies solely on this piece of fabric would be an understatement. I've had this headband for probably about a year, and I've lost it a couple times, and in those times that I've not had it have been the hardest times of my life, and I've written albums about it. CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. My skin is very sensitive and gets red really easily. I just kind of have generally combination skin. Thanks, Dad, for the acne. I've always kind of had a skincare routine. I broke out a lot more when I was younger, and especially when I'm on tour, it gets horrible. Or if I'm stressed, then it gets a lot worse. I've done like all the horrible things like putting toothpaste on your skin and stuff like that. But now my skincare routine is very simple because I think my skin is traumatized after all the things that I did to it. So just pat your skin dry, but don't dry too much. That's an important step that I learned from TikTok, that you're supposed to leave your skin like a little bit wet before you moisturizer. This is the one that I use, CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. When I do have a breakout, I feel like the number one thing I do is try to stay away from like touching my face. There's really nothing you can do about it. It's completely normal to break out, so I just let it pass. Well, I'm gonna get my hair wet now. I'm gonna wash it. Only wash my hair a few times a week. Anyone with curly hair knows there's no real way of predicting what it's gonna do. You can try, you can pray, but it's just gonna do whatever it's gonna do. If you just start from completely wet, then my hair would take 9 years to dry. I think I've found this hair routine over time. I feel like with curly hair, everyone's hair is so different and the textures are so different, and it just doesn't really make sense. I'm mixed race, my dad's a white person and my mom's Japanese, and so it took a long time to kind of find things that I think were right for me, and also I'll probably keep changing everything. Texturizing cream. All I know is that when I use it, my hair is a little bit softer. I was primarily raised by my mother, so I do feel very Japanese, but the truth is, I was raised in Texas. It's very American in Texas, and I grew up in a small town, so like, I was the only Asian kid in like my entire grade, and I always just kind of like didn't know who I was, and like I didn't look like the other kids in my grade, and it was just kind of like confusing to me. It is weird because you never really know where you belong when you're mixed race. This is a Japanese product actually. It's just a leave-in conditioner basically. I usually put this on when my hair is still wet, and I think it helps with like detangling and also just keeping the moisture in my hair, just like this much. And I also kind of take this time to detangle the hair because sometimes the conditioner kind of helps so that your hair's not as tangled up. I've been growing out my hair for 2 years now, and it's gotten very long. I just don't know who I would be without having really, really long hair. The next step is curl cream. This is one that I use from Authentic Beauty Concept. I think that anyone with curly hair like knows that it's kind of like a process to take care of. It's kind of like, I don't know, like a weirdly peaceful time with yourself. Also, I think anyone with curly hair at one point in their life like tried to like deny having curly hair and like tried to like brush it out and like straighten it and things like that. And now that I've kind of just accepted my hair as it is, I feel a lot more grateful for it. I know this is very like anti-curly hair thing to do, but I brush all of my hair back. So once I slick it all back like this, I will kind of take sections that naturally form. I think all this really does is like kind of help the curl patterns lead in whatever way they want to go. My getting ready music, it's usually pop music. I feel like I put on 1989 a lot. Sometimes though, I get in a mood where I just want to like really sadly get ready in just like a really sad music video way. When that's the case, I'll put on Lana Del Rey's album, Norman fucking Rockwell, and I'll just be like, you're just a man. Like, I am going to finish my skincare. Sunscreen. I just think that the Irish in me just wants to be sunburned all the time. I've used this one for a lot of years. I usually only put it on in the morning, exclusively for my morning coffee run. And by run, I mean I get in my car and I get a coffee. I don't run. I went to the Met Gala for the very first time. I was absolutely horrified, terrified for my life, fighting for my life the entire time. And then I went and it was a dinner. It was in fact just a dinner. We had a very specific thing that we wanted for the hair, you know. We like kind of wired in all these individual crystals into my hair, and we wanted to kind of do a very like Gilded Age makeup where like the blush kind of comes around your eyes and like comes in the middle of your face, and we were kind of going for like a Midsummer's Night Dream kind of vibe. It was a very nice time, but I was terrified. Still wore sunscreen that day though. Always wear sunscreen. For my body, I like to use this sunscreen. The best advice that I've ever been given in the past few years was from my producer, Dan. He knows me so well, and he knows that I'm like such a cautious person. Eventually it got to a point where Dan was like, you have to take risks if you want like good things in your life to happen, and it's better to feel everything than to just live your whole life feeling nothing at all. If it's terrible, like whatever, it's good for the plot and you'll laugh about it a few years later. Like, let yourself do stupid things. This lip balm is truly the best lip balm I've ever had in my entire life. It is called Nipple Balm. We found it on Amazon because one of our friends was on Accutane, and Accutane just like makes your skin crazy. And then we also started using it, all of us, the whole friend group. Next is deodorant. I'm not gonna let you see this, not for free. One of the last steps I do before I step out the door is fragrance. This is YSL 24. The very last step that I do before I leave is put on sunglasses. The reason why I do this is because, other than the fact that it looks sick, I let my hair dry like this the whole day. And I feel like the sunglasses in my head just like helps it stay that way. If people see me, they'll just be like, he's just a spy. That's it. That's the only reason why he has hair like that, just because he's a spy. It usually takes like 4 or 5 hours for the hair to dry. I did wear pajamas for this because I felt like it'd be lying if I didn't wear pajamas. All right, that is my whole morning routine. Thank you for coming along. I'm gonna go sleep because I'm extremely jet lagged and I have an album to release.